Greetings, community. It's Kevin of Being Comics, and I'm here to show off my books. My pre-order arrived roughly around 2 weeks ago. I've been rather lazy. I've just been busy doing other things. Um, it says that I'm live. I assume that I'm live. My setup and everything was a little different than normal, so I don't know what the heck's going on. Pardon if you wouldn't mind. I'm just going to go ahead and check to see that I am here, because theoretically I am. I just want to check. And there I be. Okay, well, there you have it. All right, there's a notification. There, everything just seemed a little off. And so am I. Okay, everybody, I appreciate Trev, how you do? I hope all is all well with you. Happy New Comic Book Day. And yes, my pre-order arrived. As I stated before, it arrived a little over a couple of weeks ago, but as I also made mention, right after it arrived, I was a little bit busy, and then after that, I got extremely lazy. I ended up compiling a bunch of other books that I ended up getting, meaning over the weeks, as far as New Comic Book Day, just piling on top of that. So let's go ahead and get through it. So let's start off with some of the books that I just recently ended up picking up last week. Hyde Street, issue number 5. I'm really loving this series. Not only am I loving the series, but we're going to get a little deeper dive into Miss Goodbody. I remembered her name. And I really like this Jane Fonda homage. It's a neat little variant, and I'm looking forward to getting into that. This is a book that I've been looking forward to for quite some time. It was also my Blue Light special. I was a fashion school serial killer. This is the Janet Jackson homage. And that was my Blue Light special, actually, for last week, and I'm totally dying to get into that. As you can't see, you might be able to. This is a Green Lantern blank cover. I not only dig my blank covers, but being that I'm surrounded by so many artists, it does afford me the luxury at times to go ahead and get some work done. This Free Comic Book Day in particular, there's going to be quite a bit of a lineup of artists. Pardon, as I was actually looking for the list of artists. I know I had it around here, and I thought it was within arm reach, and it's not. And I'm looking forward to getting some more work done this New Comic Book Day. All right, now I end up getting 2 of these. I am going heavy on all this Marvel Rival stuff. So that's Marvel Rivals. Who is that chick? Is that Snow? What's her Luna Snow? I think that's Luna Snow. Hey, how you doing, Kevin? Hope all is well with you. Look at that. Trev even saying hey too. Appreciate you too hanging out with me. Yeah, look what I just did there. So more Marvel Rival stuff. This is of the Doom division. And yeah, Kai's not only loving the game, but I dig the fact that I can go ahead and get some covers that he digs and covers that I like myself. More Marvel Rival stuff. I guess the this Hulk is, meaning this version, is pretty badass. I've yet to see. Free for All. Now, this is a book that I've been waiting. It did go back to second print for quite some time. This also made my Blue Light special the week before that. Story about basically when billionaires are thrown into a lottery, they have a choice of either one, donating half of their amount of money to go ahead and bring them under the, how should I say, gluttony level. And if they don't, they have to go into a pit and defend their money and their right to have their money. And I really not only dig this, but Horsvat, he has an interesting writing style that's very adaptable. So it just seems like it's inevitable. So it won't be long, in my opinion, that someone ends up finding him and he ends up making a transition into TV, film, something. Wolverine, issue number 5. This is the variant. I got a few more coming, like 3 more, I think. This got hot. I knew it would. This is the first cover appearance. And then on the back, you end up seeing a little photo thing. It's an homage to, can't remember the book, but my point is essentially it is a cameo. It's not a full appearance. This is the full cover. And it's also driving up the whole Wolverine book right now. So I'm looking forward to getting into that. I haven't got to read it. It was definitely on one of my most anticipated reads. I ended up buying a bunch of 1-on-100s. I've been seeing them on eBay of late because of the economy the way it is. A lot of people are selling a lot of stuff. So I've been able to find a lot of 1-on-100s at dirt cheap cost. Also, like I stated before, being that I'm around a few people, like I'm looking to get this thing signed. I mean, look how smoking hot that is. And yeah, I'm looking to get this signed. Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly. I really liked the Chalet when it came out. It was just that I couldn't afford it at the time. And I knew they would come down in price. And boy, did they. And then this is Celeste Brofman, one of her first writing. This is a 1-on-100. Being the jackpot, which no spoiler now, is the new whole Venom. It's going to be interesting, one, I want it signed, but two, what the secondary market reflects that as. It's going to be interesting to see. I did see at this coming new comic book day that, yes, David Pepos and many others that I've been waiting for will be at one of the places in which that I will be attending. So I'm looking forward to not only getting these things signed. I do have another one coming. But I'm just looking forward to get all my Space Ghost stuff done. And yeah, it's going to be awesome to see, because I've been not only picking these things up in anticipation to get my stuff signed, but yeah, this is also stuff I really thoroughly enjoy. I think I put all these things in upside down. That sucks. Get rid of the cards. Okay. Feral, issue number 11. This has been a very, very awesome read. That damn psycho rabid chick, she's got issues. And this is just, it's really, Tony Fleeks has really got me wrapped around his writing finger. I can't get enough of the story. And I am so involved with the characters that every time they're in any type of peril, any situation, I really feel that I'm immersed and there with them, and it's just freaking me out every time I turn a page. So I've been I'm not a massive DC fan. It's not me, against them or me or any of that. It's just that there's not a whole lot there for me. But whenever you do a crossover, and man, do I totally agree with you. It perfectly, stated that I couldn't resist. So Sonic the Hedgehog, along with these DC characters, this whole crossover is just an absolute must. So yeah, I'm definitely all in on that, and I'm looking forward to basically jumping into that. I also did get the blank cover, which like I said, I'm hoping to get a lot more work done this year. Absolute Flash, issue number 1. I heard this is absolutely good. I see what I did there. And absolutely had to buy the absolute blank. Absolutely. And then, here we go. Moving down the road. There's a first. I like getting some of these firsts. Not necessarily because I, don't have them, as much as I like to introduce people to new books. So every time I have a Halloween here, I end up at my events, I end up not only giving away candy, but books. And when I can buy books as cheap as sometimes $1 or less, something that I believe that people would be into, I try to pick those up and give them away during Halloween. My little thing. Blade, Red Band, issue number 5. Yes, I'm not far behind. I can't wait to get into this thing and finish it off. And I'm looking forward to seeing Ryan Hill again. He is going to be at a signing event, I think next month, and I'm looking forward to seeing him, getting all my Blade stuff signed. And Ultraman the Avengers, this has really been fun. I'm not really into team books that much. It's just a lot for me. Sometimes the writer can't keep up with the characters, and it just seems thin, or like there's a lot of assumptions being made, like, oh, I'm supposed to know this stuff. So this is probably one of the best crossovers I've been reading so far, in the sense of not only is the team well written and it's geared towards the storyline and not towards their own personal lives, but it's Ultraman. Can't go wrong with that. Magic. I've been getting these for Kai, and he's been digging them. And every once in a while, when I see a cover that I like, I've been getting it. I love both these covers. And he's been digging the story. So, hey, I've been getting it. And he's been loving it. And it's been working out. Immortal Thor. Now, I've been trying to get rid of the storyline. It's been hit and miss with me. And every time I think I'm like, all right, I'm done, it pulls me back in. I'm definitely involved, and there's been so much setup with the storyline that's been now, where are we at, 21? That there's all these answers that need to be, made. And there's still so many more questions, even if those answers are given to me. So and it does answer and tap into aspects that were in 2 other past volumes. Plus, there's some more Loki stuff involved in this thing. And Loki's playing a major part throughout the Marvel Universe. He's touching on 3 major books, right, as it speaks right now, within Thor, Gwen Stacy, and I'm trying to remember the other one. My brain escapes me right now. So I definitely have to keep reading it just for the sake that I got questions. I need them answered. Doctor Strange of Asgard. I have already read this issue. I couldn't wait. It's a cool setup. It's cool what's going on. I understand the motives behind what Doctor Strange is doing, and I understand this backdoor route of what he's trying to do to obtain enough power to go ahead and re-challenge for his right to become Sorcerer Supreme and obtain his power back. Power Man, Timeless, Colin Kelly, Jackson Lansing writing this thing. It's okay. I mean, I know where it's going, and I want to give it at the issue 3 before I really pass any true, I guess, criticisms on really what I believe is going on, because this whole issue, which I did get the thumb through it, just seemed like a whole lot of setup. It seemed like I do know where I believe they're going, so I want to go ahead and give them time to go ahead and get there. Hell Hunters, issue number 3. You have no idea how much I want to get into this thing. This has been a real fun journey, and a new, it gives that old grit. So it's a new way of telling some old style storytelling. And I dig that, especially with modern day writers, because it doesn't feel like it's an era or a timeline in which that I don't understand the little quips and little, sayings that they're throwing out there. It's like, what do they mean by that? So yeah, I've really been enjoying Hell Hunters. And 4, as you see, I'm way behind. Wolverine issue number 3. As you see, I'm way behind. And issue number 4. This has also really been, in my opinion, a really good read. I've really been enjoying this series. Between Hell Hunters, Wolverine, there's a lot of hell stuff that's supposed to be happening. With the weaponization of all the spirits and demons that's been going on as far as in the series, you see that what this is in part leading up to more hell stuff that's supposed to be going out through the summer, to my understanding. So I'm looking forward to just picking all that up. There was not only the Spirits of Vengeance, but Spirits of Violence. The only reason why that got canceled is too much information was led into the ending of the Spirits of Vengeance stuff, especially that leaked out after issue number 3. I am going to see Xavier Pirzada over at a signing event next weekend. Yeah, at Revenge of Comics and Pinball. I'm looking forward to not only speaking with him about the series and how this leads into the Spirits of Violence, but I'm curious to see what the official reasoning was behind them not necessarily canceling, but holding off on the release of the Spirits of Violence until they rewrite how they want to go ahead and do that series and what the direction will be because of the information that was released. See what we can get for you guys. All right, Venom, all new Venom issue number 4. Did I make mention that I'm kind of behind? I will get up there. I will end up getting into some reading, but hey, dude, look at that. I appreciate the greetings. Hope all is well with you, Legend. It's good to see you. And I appreciate everyone still hanging out with me. Let's get through some more books because there's still, we only made about 3.5. The Ultimates. I really been digging this thing. This is issue number 10. I know issue number 11 just came out. What I've been really enjoying about the series is it's been tying together the overall. If we could put everything into a ball of wax, and then the framing of that ball of wax would essentially be the Ultimates, and everything else covers all those that aspects of the framing, meaning the Ultimates X-Men, the Ultimate Black Panther, Ultimate Spider-Man. Really, what this is doing is it's giving us the understanding of what the story is supposed to overall end up. You know, that remember that the idea is that these Reed Richards, these Ultimate Reed Richards are inside of an area that's been locked up, and that time, that lock essentially is going to open up towards the end of the year. I think if I recall, it's around November, and that's when all shit breaks loose. So the idea of this is we're recruiting individuals in a way that we've never seen. We've seen these individuals before, but not in the way that they're behaving, or not in the characteristics we know these characters to be. So it's been not only enjoyable on this travel to see how these characters have been fleshing out, but the beauty about the Ultimates book itself is it's been bringing us some coherence behind these overall outside stories that it is telling ultimately what we're supposed to bring to coming to the end of this year. All right. And here we are, Ultimate Spider-Man, issue number 14, which has just been probably one of the more solid reads. I would arguably say Ultimate Black Panther is probably right there too. Miles Morales, issue number 31. Yeah, Cody's is killing it. He's been doing such a good job with the series. I really have no gripes. I think my only complaint is that I believe it's flying under the radar by most readers out there. And if you're a Spider-Man fan, you're truly missing out on one of the better Spider-Man stories out there. Outside of this, the Spectacular Spider-Man has not only been solid every issue that has been coming out, but when you bring, in my opinion, the two best Spider-Men that are out there written right now, and in my opinion, the two better Spider-Man and most classically known, even though Miles only been around for over 15 years, even less, is that yeah, these are the people that most people think about when you kind of think of them. Maybe Ben Reilly. Oh, there's the other one. Web of Spider-Verse, New Blood. In my opinion, Jordan, I don't want to look at his name. It's Jordan. I got to look at it. Morris. Yeah. Did a really good job on his first writing for this whole spider thing. This is the setup that's supposed to be happening with the Web of Spider-Verse versus Venomverse. Yeah. And these set up some of the main characters that will be in there that will be battling, and for whatever they're doing, decide what verses work. I don't know. These are some of the main characters that will be in there. So I end up meeting with this writer. I will end up seeing him once again. I'm looking forward to getting this one. I got to leave this out. Sitting out for him to sign this and another. I sold some books over last weekend, and this was one of them that I ended up getting in a box, mailed out to someone because, yeah, they recognize the same thing. This character is really cool. What was it, Count Parker? Yeah, I mean, for those that are out there that might say it's just another derivative thing, I get it, but it was well written. I don't know. Spider Boy! Read it, loved it, can't get enough of it. Spider Boy is really awesome, and it's probably one of my favorite Spider characters out there. I know I was just talking so much about, Miles and Peter as a standalone character that's been doing his own thing and new and all that, and recent in the past year and a half, essentially. Oh no, I guess 2 years. Yeah, I'm digging him. All right, here we go. I've been trying to put this together. Are we going to reverse order? I'll go in reverse order, just so I'm in order. So here's Amazing Spider-Man issue number 70, The Rivals. It was I was like, oh, look, it's Ben Parker, the robot. I'm like, wow, dude, you kind of know all this stuff, huh? He's like, oh, yeah. So this finishes out the Amazing Spider-Man. As you well know, Amazing Spider-Man issue number 1 came out today on 4/9/2025. This finishes out the other series. I wouldn't necessarily, as Joe Kelly would say, he stated that it wasn't a reboot even on issue number 1 with this. It is a continuation, but as I stated, it's probably one of the best written jumping on places. So I wouldn't say also that it's a reboot as much as it does allow new readers to jump aboard. It does make it simple to jump aboard and you don't have to know too much what's going on. For us that's been reading this so far, it does carry on some of the story that's been going on in the past, and it does set up a lot that's coming up in the future, which is that's how we want our books written, isn't it? Here's issue number 69. And I've been getting all the Scotty Youngs with this. And as I made mention, I've been getting all the rival stuff with it. Kai sucked me in on the rival stuff. I couldn't help it. And more Penn Parker stuff. All right, and then here we go. One World Under Doom, issue number 2. I've not read it. I'm dying to read it. I loved issue number 1. I really thought it was a good setup to what's coming out. All this Doom stuff is going to hit hard and heavy. It was all set up that was happening from last year, almost at this time. I mean, it was really setting up that long ago. And here we are. As it fleshes out, it just turns out to be, in my opinion, one of the better events happening that we've had outside of Red Band in a year. So Red Band and this is probably the 2 best events that, in my opinion, that have been going on in a solid year. All right. More rival stuff. I am not reading this. This was purely a cover buy. And I got it for Kai. Yeah, I got 10,000 covers. And people are loving the Spider-Boy. I will be end up selling some more books, and I will selling like a full lot of like 1 through where we're at with Spider-Boy. And I will include, a signed book or 2 in that series. It almost does seem that way, doesn't it? It's getting there. Especially with a few of them that have been, in my opinion, kind of really cool. I got like 5 freaking covers. I do want to take a whole set of stuff, everything that I got, and put it in Kai's room up on his wall. So he can have it while he plays his rival game. But we'll see. All right. Here we go with more. I'm just saying, oh, there's a separation. All right. Yeah, there's a lot of the rivalry stuff. The Avengers, I'm also not reading. But I had to get the shark. Look at him. Now that's cute. That's kind of one of the reasons why I got it. I'm like, okay. All right. Hyde Street, issue number 4. Oh, didn't I have? Yeah, it's way down there, isn't it? I'm behind. And I am so looking forward to reading all this. The Ghost Universe is just awesome. Hyde Street, in my opinion, is one of those underrated ones. I believe down the road that when we get further down the road, maybe in the double-digit numbers with High Street, people are going to look back at it and they're like, man, this is a great series. How do we get to the... Yeah, you're going to be paying down the road, I'm sure. Because there's not, other than issue number 1, there's not a whole lot of printing, I believe. Toxic Avengers. Toxic. I have been getting all this, and yeah, as you see, this is a clear backing board. Being that I've been getting the card variant, I've been using clear backing boards for this. This is issue 5. This finishes out the series on this. And yeah, it's been really enjoyable. I really have been digging the Toxic Avenger. And now that I got the whole set, it not only has a great smell, but the paper feels really good. The art's freaking awesome. And if you're a Toxic Avenger fan, that's a must-have. Gotcha Man, issue number 7. I will probably buy this to the day I die. It's not only brings me back to the nostalgia when I was an e-ability thing, but it's so well written. It is so good. Speaking of so good, Space Ghost. David Pepos is killing it with this thing. And as I'm reading it, because I got in, what am I at? I'm only on issue freaking 9. Damn. Yeah, I'm only on 9. And it's just been so good. So as you see, there's issue number 10. There's issue number 11. I am that far gone as far as that far back but is that so good that I can't wait to end up reading it. Some books are not bad to read, in a run like that. Some, even though that you have them in succession, just don't read well. Definitely Space Ghost will. G.I. Joe is your number 5. This whole Energon universe has not only been solid, but it's, in my opinion, been ramping up and getting better. We're going to end up having Energon, another release during the whole Free Comic Book Day thing. And it's not only going to be a tie together of kind of some of the stuff that's happening, but it does further launch the next year that what's going to be coming out. I am so looking forward to not only that, but getting into this G.I. Joe issue number 5, Void Rivals. We've been getting so many answers of what's been happening and why the Transformers and have been purposely holding back certain information and how this whole sphere and this whole thing works and the ring. I mean, it's been freaking awesome. And Void Rivals, it started out. It gave us the basis to what we have and are enjoying now with the whole Transformers. Issue number 18. And they're getting kind of crazy with this, right? What is that? Issue number 1 is already at, what was it, like 13 printings or something like that? Red Coat. Of this whole Ghost Machine, yes, Geiger's my favorite. Yes. Joe, what's that? Junkyard is probably the most heart-wrenching and the heartfelt. But this is probably one of the most entertaining and funny and at times introspective books within that Ghost Machine universe. I really am digging Red Coat. I think it's kind of underrated and under-criticized amongst most of those Ghost Machine books. Uncanny Valley, here we are at 8. All we have is 8, 9, and 10. What originally was pitched as a 12-issue series. Boom made an agreement with Tony Fleeks. Most people don't know this. They said, look, if you sell a minimum of issue number 1, we'll go ahead and give you your 12 issues. He said, perfect, done. He made that minimum, and then they reneged. And they were going to do a 6 issue. If you see some of the solicitations that were happening about 6 months ago, they were soliciting as a 6 issue. My understanding is, and I didn't get to talk to either one on either side, but I've seen how it fleshed out, is that there was talks being done, and the negotiation wasn't a 6 and it wasn't a 12. It's the 10 that we're getting right now, which is beautiful because it doesn't rush the series. Uncanny Valley is probably one of the best modern day Roger Rabbit stories that doesn't just try to tell a political type of movement that was happening, but it does speak heavily on social things that are happening not only presently, but how people feel not only about themselves, but others when it comes to the purpose and the care of and importance of life. It really does go there, but it's not on the surface. It's so well written. Night Watcher, issue number 6. I was truly trying to stop fucking putting the Britain, but this book is so coolly written, and if you're a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan, what this does is it increases an understanding of the whole world that you're residing in and the stories of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles themselves by telling one of these offshoot stories. So we're seeing the world that we're getting when it comes to the Turtles outside of directly relating to the Turtles. And I think that's one of the reasons why the Turtles was written the way it was, is by telling all these individual stories of the Turtles and then them getting together showed you the level of the world that they're residing in. And it shows you how much they're not only trying to remove the conquering individuals that are there, but they themselves show their presence in that area so they can show that there is some justice and some presence of some, I guess, vigilantes, right, that are there for the smaller individuals, mutants that can't defend themselves. And this to me gives a better understanding of the book than just reading the Turtles, as far as the whole world that they're in. So I can't stop reading it. It's good. It really is good. All right, Seasons. Yeah, this was another book that I really wasn't initially going to buy. Rick Remender is a writer that I do like, and for me, he's very hit and miss. Some books are like, damn, that's awesome, and other books are like, I not feeling it. This is definitely a book that I'm digging. Story of a daughter that's trying to find her missing parents and her 3 sisters, and they're all named after seasons. And they're a detective agency, so it's kind of obvious what her job has to be to figure all this out. Department of Truth. I really like the concept. I'm looking for more of my answers. I got so many questions, and I'm looking for them to be answered. That it seems that finally I'm not necessarily just getting some of the answers I'm looking for, but I'm looking for some of the justices to be, I guess, surface, because certain things are going on, and it doesn't seem like no one's being held accountable. And then we are seeing some of the accountabilities of being held, and it does provide some answers, which in turn raises considerably more questions. I am digging it. It's just, it's irregular on its launch. I mean, not launch, but on its schedule. And as Tynion tends to do, his starts are awesome. But as he goes on with his stories, he starts to lose, I think, the overall concept of what the writing was supposed to be and the overall landing point. It's kind of like someone say, all right, I want to start here and I want to end there. And as they're flying, they're playing, they go, look at the island. And then they make a pit stop, and they make another pit stop, and then they forget, wait, what was our ultimate destination? That's what I feel like with some of the ongoing series with him. And that's what I kind of feel with the Department of Truth. I'm enjoying the journey. Don't get me wrong. Digging all the islands that we're end up at. It's just that I don't think that this was supposed to be the journey that we're supposed to take. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, issue number 7. Yeah, I'm digging it. We're going to end up getting an annual coming out pretty soon. And it is going to not only do what annuals do, but Jason was teasing something, and I have to go back and reread it. So I'm not only looking forward to not only reading this now that they're all back together and how they're behaving together, and this is really thoroughly entertaining me, but I'm interested to see where Jason takes it from here and where he, because I've been enjoying it, where he thinks he's going to take it to the annual and from there. Only got to meet this gentleman once. He's a very nice, very interesting individual, and I'm looking forward to hopefully meeting him again and having further talks to him about the Turtles, because in the past his talks and his criticisms have always been far removed from this realm of the TMNT. So I want to find out where his head is at, that it's been now basically a year. All right, Usagi Yojimbo. The cool thing about the Plum story, which I'm dying to get into, is this starts off. This cover is probably my favorite. An all new era for Stan Sakai. He is, as he stated, from here, it's all new series, all new stories, all new adventures for Yukichi. I know I might be mispronouncing that. And Usagi. Yeah, the cousin and Usagi are going through adventures, and it does circle back to some of the things that there were, 3 stories ago they were dealing with back then when they were coming out of the snow. So those of you who may not be following, I know it. So it does touch on other stories that they've been doing in the past, but it does lead in all new adventures that we're going to be getting from here on in, and I'm so looking forward to this. Stan, I've been reading your stuff basically since 1988. Oh my God. And I've been digging everything ever since. As an individual that is fond of a lot of the Eastern, philosophies and stories, and especially that of stories of feudal Japan and during the times and eras of its bringing into when individuals, outside traders were coming in. It touches on so much of that time before that era of joining with the modern world that I really enjoy it. And it's such an interesting way of looking at the fabled history of Japan. And I just really been enjoying it, really, thoroughly. So don't stop, and I'm looking forward to this whole new adventures. Return of the Living Dead. I just picked up issue number 3. I got issue number 1, and issue number 2 is going to be shipping out to me. Yes, these are all these seared things. I've been waiting for the ones that I've been wanting to get, and I didn't buy all the other stuff that were. I am a Returning the Living Dead fan, and this is what I wanted. So yeah, especially to get that cover price worked out for me. Nightclub, Volume 2, issue number 6, right? Yeah, this finishes it out. This has just been just bloody, visceral. Wow, these kids. The fact that they finally did bring back their, I was really thought that these kids were gone forever. They're starting to learn and understand their powers, their vampiric history, how everything works. They're not only getting to understand it, but it allowed them to go ahead and revitalize and essentially, what is that when you bring someone back to the dead? Reincarnate their friends back. So I thought they were gone forever, and now that they're back, it's so cool. They have a big battle ahead, and it looks like it's all coming down in issue number 6. I'm looking forward to getting into that so bad. Yo, Brian, I hope you're doing well. It's great to see you. Saw that you got a massive load from the last time you went out. It was over here at WinterCon, matter of fact. Yeah, that was awesome. And my final book. Here we are, Geiger, issue number 12. Geiger, it was the introduction of it all. I remember speaking with Jeff Johns about a book that came out prior to all this Ghost Machine stuff. I told him so much that I look, oh, you know what? It was a lot of Batman stuff, I think, too. Anyways, I was telling him how much I was enjoying a lot of his writing, but I look forward to seeing something a little bit more personal. I told that I like to see, you know, independent stuff from individuals, especially writers that I gravitate towards. He just smiled and looked and told me, hey, look, there's going to be coming some down the pipeline. I think that you might enjoy. And there we are with Geiger releasing the volume 1. And then here we are today. Geiger is not only ramping up to be one of my most favorite series on an ongoing series level, on an ongoing series, and then on a level that is not quite parallel to most of the ongoing series that I'm reading so far. But it's also one of those that as long as he keeps writing it, even on a level that's even close to par to what he's doing right now, yeah, I'll definitely be buying it probably forever. So I can't get enough of Geiger. I can't get enough of this universe. And I can't get enough of the fact that you guys hung out with me all this time. I appreciate you, Trev, Brian, Kevin, Legend. Is there anyone I missed? Didn't I miss anyone? Anyone I may have missed, I greatly appreciate you too. And until next time, that's it for me. That's your P. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. Bye.